Today is June 12, 2023, and the hay was the first cutting was cut on May 27th, so it's been about 2 weeks or more. Yeah, more than 2 weeks since it was cut, and this is what it looks like right now. There's more grass in alfalfa, but at least there's some alfalfa still growing. Yeah, so we got a half-inch of rain yesterday, but it was like a month before. It was a month since we had a rain. The last rain, okay, we had a half-inch yesterday, but before that we had a rain on May 13th. I forget how much I got then, but anyway, that was the last rain we had besides the one yesterday. So a month of no rain and then a half-inch yesterday. So at least it looks green. It ain't dried up, so that's good. And hopefully we'll get some more rain soon. So that's what we got right now. I'm just keeping a record of how it's growing. That's all. Okay, that's it for now. Okay, so that's where we're at. All right, I'll try to record every week just to see the difference. All right, bye. Well, today is June 18th, 2023, and it's been about 3 weeks since the hay first cutting was cut. So we're working on our second crop now, but it doesn't look too good. Since the 13th of May, that's over a month ago, we've only had a half-inch of rain during that whole time, and that was last Sunday. So they're calling for more rain today, but don't know if it's going to get here. We could sure use it. I mean, the stuff is growing back, but it doesn't look too good. The alfalfa and the grass. Well, the grass is mostly fescue, so it doesn't grow good in summer anyway. But at least it's still green for now. But like I said, we only had a half-inch rain in the last, what was it, 13? About the last 5 weeks. So anyway, it's still growing. But alfalfa is out there, and like I said, some of it's turning yellow already, so they still don't have the right fertilizer. Okay, well anyway, that's all I got for today. Alright, I'll catch up again next week. Bye. Well, today is June 25, 2023, and it's a hot one today. I think it's like 101 or 102 at my house on my thermometer, and it's very dry. Since May 13th, we've only had about, at least I only had about two rains a week apart of a half-inch each, so that's only about an inch for a month and a half. But anyway, that's what we got. The alfalfa's not looking too good anyway. Nothing's really growing right now, but I wouldn't expect it to grow without rain. So. And it's looking yellow again, just like it did last year. I'm starting to think it's because of lack of water. Not sure, but it's probably fertilizer. I'm not putting enough fertilizer on it. I know that. But anyway, it's so windy. Wind's about 50 miles. It's like a hot wind too. But anyway, that's what we got right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do a drive-by later, even though there's not much to see. There's nothing really growing. Anyway, that's all we got. I gotta go. I gotta get it back to my truck. Well, today's June 25, 2023. Still hot, and still 100 degrees or more, and still very dry. this is my second time I tried to record this, because the first time I recorded it, I didn't hit the button, I guess. And when I got done, there was nothing there. There was no recording, so we'll try this again. Anyway, alfalfa's looking yellow because I don't put enough fertilizer on it. That's because I'm cheap. And besides, we don't want to grow without rain anyway, so anyway, that's what we got right now. Yellow alfalfa and short growth, because the alfalfa, some of the alfalfa, not all of it, down here and on this end that I'm headed to, it's a low ground. It's like the lowest ground right here where I'm headed. And that's the only time. That's only where the green alfalfa is on the thing. But also on this end, some of there's not much alfalfa growing anyway, except near the headland. Farther back, there's some patches of alfalfa. You can see it. You can see little green patches. That's the alfalfa. But everything else is just grass. Where the grass took over the alfalfa and drowned it out or crowded it out. Like right here, there's a big contrast right here between the alfalfa up by the headland here, and then there's a empty space, I call it, with nothing, and then farther back there's another low spot, a branch, and where there's some more alfalfa growing. But like I said, alfalfa got thinned out, and without rain nothing's going to grow, so if we don't get rain soon, this field might just dry up, just like it did in 2012. Of course, it wasn't alfalfa back then, it was clover. But anyway, that's back then. This is now. Take what I get and hope for the best. Hopefully we'll get some rain soon. And it seems like it rains all around us, but off and on, but it never reaches us, me, this area. And I'm not the only one suffering from this dry spell. But the heat wasn't so bad before, but now, because it was only in the 80s, low 90s, but now it's getting in the upper 90s and even over 100 today. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll check back next week. Hopefully we'll get some rain by then. In the last month, no, since May 13th, and today's June 25, that's like a month and a half. A couple weeks ago I got a half-inch of rain, and then about a week before that I got a half-inch of rain. So only an inch of rain for a month and a half. So we needing rain. That's all there is to it. We needing rain. Even without enough fertilizer, it still needs rain. All right, bye. Today is July 3, 2023. And as I expected, the alfalfa's not doing too good. Even after we got some rain this past weekend, we got lots of rain. But it didn't help. The ground even feels, it just looks dry. It looks like none of it's soaked in, but I don't know. Anyway, alfalfa's yellow again. I guess you gotta reevaluate my fertilizer. Okay, could be lack of rain, but I'm thinking the neighbors aren't looking like this, so it has to be something else. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll get what I get. If I get nothing, then that's what I gotta live with. Okay, but anyway, at least we had some rain. I think last Friday, June 30th, I think we got at least an inch, if not more, because there was a big storm came through and blew a lot of trees down. And then on Saturday, the next day, we got 2 rains, and I was caught in one of them. And out of those 2 rains on Saturday, I got 1.5 inches. So we got at least 2 inches of rain or more. But it doesn't really seem like it out here in this hayfield. But anyway, that's what I got. I'll wait and see what happens. If it grows, it grows. If it don't, well, it'll grow next year. At least for the first cutting. All right, bye. Today is July 9, 2023. And with with the rain that we had last weekend, I think about 2 inches last weekend, the alfalfa looks a little greener. It's still a little yellow, but it's still greener than it was last week. Looks a little better. I'm not sure, but I think the grass is growing a little better now too. So it just looks better. The field's more evened out now, and the color is more. There's still some yellow out there in the alfalfa, but it's a little less than it was, I think. Like I said, it looks like it's starting to grow again. And there's forecast is possibility of rain again this coming week. Only 30%, but still, chance is a chance. Okay, that's all I got today. Wind's starting to pick up in the north, so that means it's cooler. Temperature cooler this week. It's going to go up by the end of the week, and that's what's going to bring the rain. Okay, that's all for today. Check again next week. Today is July 17th, 2023, and alfalfa's not growing very much. We had a half-inch of rain last night, but it's not growing. And some of the alfalfa is already starting to bloom. But I'm just going to let it grow. If I get one more cutting in the fall, and if alfalfa goes away, well, hopefully I'll get some grass in the fall. Grass will grow back. Alfalfa's too short to cut, so I'm not going to mess with it. I won't get but a few bales, so the drought is still, even with that half-inch of rain, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks ago when we got that 2 inches on that weekend, on the 30th. Yeah, 30th is when we had 30th, and the end of June, beginning of July. So yeah, that's like 2 weeks ago. So that's where we're at right now. It's still green and a little bit yellow on the alfalfa, and it's not growing much, so I'm just going to leave it alone. I got enough hay to get me through the winter, so I'm not worried about that. But I want to make sure that I ain't going to waste money cutting this, because it won't make nothing. I'll just let it grow. If it wants to grow some more before fall, if it's big enough to cut by the fall, I'll cut it then. Alright, bye. Today is July 23, 2023. And we've had a few rains, half-inch, maybe a couple, since last Sunday, or the last time I videoed. Anyway, it's greener. There's still some yellow out there, but I came out earlier in the morning this time just to get a different view. You can see my shadow, and the power pole shadow too. Anyway, the alfalfa's blooming, but it ain't worth cutting. It's too short. It's way too short. I'd say it's less than 6 inches, most of it. Anyway, it's not worth to cut it. I'll just wait until it grows. If it grows tall enough, I'll have it cut. It looks like some of that grass is coming back. I call it short foxtail, but I don't know what the real name is. Anyway, I'm gonna wait and see. The alfalfa's not doing too good, so I'll just wait and see what else I can get out of this. The alfalfa will still grow even after it blooms. It might get tough, but at least it'll still be growing. Anyway, I'm not going to waste time having them come out here and cut this, and money, just to cut it. I could cut it with my lawnmower, it'd be easier. Anyway, to me it's not worth cutting it, even though I might need the hay. I just don't want to waste money. They might only get about 20 bales, and then they'll charge me extra because there wasn't enough bales. They've done that before, which I don't blame them. It takes a while to come out here. I think it's about an hour from my house to their place, or maybe half hour with a tractor. Depends on how many back roads they take. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. Like I said, we had a few rains, but we're still dry. We're a little better off now than we were before, though. Look, I just noticed there's corn on both sides of my field here. Neighbor's got corn there. Well, actually, it's my the family's farm property, but the renter is raising corn there, and that's my neighbor. He's got corn in there too. So anyway, that's where we're standing. I'm just going to wait and see what happens, what it looks like later on. It needs to be taller than this for me to have it cut. That's all. Today is July 30, 2023, and nothing has changed much. Although we did get some rain last night, or was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday afternoon. Yeah, we got about 1 inch of rain, so that was good. It was a lot of wind in the beginning. It was a strong storm, but then once the wind passed, then it just rained for a little while. But we got about 1 inch. The alfalfa's not looking no better. It looked like the blooming stopped, so the alfalfa stopped growing, and it's probably tough. Like I said, everything is just too short. It's not worth cutting, at least not to me, since I got to pay for it. Anyway, alfalfa's still growing, but it's not looking too good. Too much yellow. It's lacking something. I'll have to figure that out first. It's probably a boron, or what's that other one? Sulfur. Is it sulfur? No, I forgot. I looked it up once. I think it's boron is one. I forgot what the other one was. I think it's maybe sulfur. Something's causing it to turn yellow. Lack of something. It's always a lack of something. Okay, but that's all. I just wanted to see how it looks from week to week. See if anything gets better. I'm still hoping it'll grow back with this rain. It's still hot though. We had this last week, we had like 3 days of 100 degrees, which is nothing compared to the rest of the country, but at least it's what I'm getting. Anyway, I got some work to do on my pasture fence now, so I'll need to start working on that today. Since it is a little cooler, it's only around 90 this today, so, and wind's from the north, so it's a cool wind, so it feels better. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'll check again next week, see if there's any improvement. If there's no improvement, then I'm just gonna leave it go. It's not worth to cut it if I'm not gonna get anything out of it. Okay. Today is August 6th, 2023. And we've had quite a bit of rain lately. Oh, I guess in the past week, maybe 2 or 3 inches. That's my guess. And some more on the way too, later on. And the weather's been cool. It's in the low to mid 80s. Haven't had 90-degree weather for a while now, for maybe a week or two. During this rain, during all the rain that we've been having, it's been staying cooler. All the humidity is high. I mean, I say it's cooler temperature-wise, but humidity-wise, it makes it feel like 100. But today's not so bad. The humidity is lower today, I think. But anyway, it's the alfalfa. Everything looks greener, but it's still not much growth. It's still too short to cut. I'm just going to have to wait and see what happens. I'm not going to cut it if it's too short because it just won't make nothing. won't make very many bales. That's all. It's not worth the time or money to cut it if it's don't have any growth to it. Now, if it was as tall as that foxtail over there by the ditch, or where the bales used to be stacked, well, that's different. That'd be big enough to cut. But for some reason, the rest of it's not growing. It's not growing very much. I don't know. I must not be putting enough fertilizer on. That's because I'm cheap. Okay, that's all I wanted to sell. I just wanted to see what it looked like today. Today's Sunday. I try to come here every Sunday to see what the progress is. That drought really hurt everything. But now the drought is, everything's, we've had plenty of rain lately, so that's not the problem now. Now it's just a matter of growth. It needs to grow. Something needs to grow. Anyway, I'm working on my electric fence now on my pasture, so I'm upgrading it with some barbed wire. So I got to get back to work. Well, that's still cool. Bye. Today is August 14th, 2023, and last night or around 6:30 and after, we received about an inch and a half to 2 inches of rain. It was a big storm. A little wind, but not too much, not too strong. But they got a lot of rain though, a lot of rain. And it looks like everything's starting to turn green again. This field wasn't growing too good. Now it looks like the grass is growing back. The alfalfa's growing a little bit, but it's already gone. It's already done its blooming. So it might rebound yet. Can't hold my camera up. But right now, it's still short. It looks green. Everything looks green. The grass is growing, and the alfalfa is still there, and it's green too. Less yellow than it was, but it's still too short to cut. I'm gonna wait till this is middle of August, maybe the end of September. If there's any growth, any height to it, I'll have it cut. But I'm not gonna have anybody cut it if there's nothing here to bale. Hopefully with this rain it'll grow back. It'll grow a little taller. Hopefully the grass will grow back and cooler when the weather gets cooler. Anyway, that's about it for now. Like I said, had a lot of rain last night. Okay, we'll see what happens. Today is August 20, 2023, and it looks like the hayfield's growing a little bit after that rain, after 3 inches of rain, 2 or 3, and looks like it's starting to grow. But there's going to be this week, say Sunday, and this whole week going to be in the upper 90s every day, and then it cools back down to in the 80s again. But so I'm still not ready to cut it. It's still not tall enough. Looks like it's something growing though. I'm not sure what. Grasses. The alfalfa's still there. It's harder to see now. Yeah, it's green. Not quite as yellow as it used to be. I'm trying to look through the camera, but I can't see nothing in the camera. Foxtail's growing. And the little short, I call it short foxtail, that's starting to grow too. And the alfalfa's still there, the ones I can see up here. Yeah. Anyway, I'll wait and see. This is the last part of August. I'll wait till the end of September, get one last cutting off of it. Even beginning of October still. So as long as it's warm enough and dry enough to make hay, maybe it'll grow in another month. At least it'll have something more to grow than it was before. So it's growing a little bit, especially after that rain. But this hot weather might set it back again, this heat wave. Well, I drove down edge of the hayfield because I was following some tracks made by some machine that came across. And I just noticed on this end of the hayfield, it looks like the hay's look like it's starting to grow. Look like it's almost big enough to cut, but I'm going to wait. Since I'm only going to get one more cutting, I'm going to wait until maybe September. Let this grow out as much as it can. Get as much as I can. There doesn't seem like there's as much down on the other end, but we'll see. We'll wait and see. Like I said, I'm only going to get one more cutting anyway, so I'll just wait till the last end of September, October, whenever we still have warm weather to bale hay. Okay, we'll see how it works out. Okay. Turn this off. Well, today is August 29, 2023. And it's starting to look like I might have something to cut or something to harvest. It's still short, but at least it's green and growing. That hot weather last week, those 3 days, over 100. I don't know if it hurt it or not, but alfalfa's still growing. I can still see some alfalfa growing. It's probably old and tough, but it's still there. But what I was expecting, I was expecting this short stuff. I call it short foxtail. I don't know what it really is, but some kind of grass that always grows. You can see out there the light brown tint on top of the green. That's that. There's some right here. Yeah, there's some right there. Yeah, I'm gonna let that grow. There's some here too. It's still short though, but at least it'll make something. It'll make some hay now. But I'm still gonna wait till maybe the middle of September, something like that. A couple more weeks. Yeah, this is end of August. A couple more weeks I'll wait, because I'm only gonna get one more cutting this year, so I might as well wait and see how much it's going to grow in 2 weeks. I could even wait until the end of October, but I want the alfalfa to grow a little bit so it has some winter storage for its roots. Okay, when it goes dormant in the wintertime. But like I said, I'm now looking at the middle of September. Well, when it's still warm, maybe it'll still be warm. I hope warm enough to make hay. Okay, that's all for today. I don't know how many weeks it's been, but I think we baled at the end of May, so we're looking at 3 months since I cut, since it was harvested the first cutting. Okay, I'm gone now. I'll come back again next week, see what it looks like, and then I can decide. Well, today is September 3, 2023, and looks like it's starting to look like it's going to be cut soon. Looks like it's growing better now. Most of that grassy stuff, so that's better than nothing. There's still alfalfa out there somewhere. I've seen it, but the grassy stuff, the short foxtail or whatever they call it, it gives the hay some volume. Huh? At least it gives it something to cut. Before it was too short, it wouldn't have made nothing. At least now there'll be some bales. Don't know. Not as good as last year though, I don't think. But I'll probably have it cut middle of September, another 2 weeks maybe. Yeah, another 2 weeks. Some of it's still short way back there. Yeah, I can see it. There's not much out there, but it's better than nothing. But I gotta have it cut right in the middle of September because I want to make sure the alfalfa have a chance to grow back for winter storage, winter dormancy. I want it to have enough stores in its root to grow back next spring. Okay, well that's all I got for today. Okay, bye. Looks like my neighbor Mike is making silage today out of that corn silage. That's what them big truckers are for. One just left with a full load. He's taking Mike this over that way somewhere. That's how they make silage. I'm here to check my alfalfa field. I call it a grass alfalfa. If there's any alfalfa in there, it's hit and miss. But at least there's something to cut. It's not much, but it's something. Anyway, I'm just checking out this operation over here. Yeah, it's that time of year. Making silage. They cut everything. All they leave is the root. They chop everything up. They chop it and then they blow it into a big, tall silo. Anyway, that's enough of them. That's their operation. This hayfield is mine. Well, today is September 6th, 2023. And I called the custom baling. They're going to come and cut it sometime. There's not that much to cut, but it's going to get cut. Now's the time to do it. The weather's supposed to be good for about a week. I think we're in a high pressure system and it's dry, less humid. Like I said, I wish it was taller, but it is what it is. Hopefully we get something out of it. If I can get 40 bales of it, I'll be satisfied. Last year, the last cutting was those bales over there. There was 50 of them, and I guess it was a little bit wet when they were ready to bale it, so we wrapped them. I haven't even used any of them yet. My brother used a few from that end, from this end. But anyway, there's not much here, but it's all I got. I hope it makes enough to. I just hope it makes something. I wish it was all as tall as that foxtail there, but it's not. Okay. Well, that's all I have today. They're going to cut it. Hopefully, I called him last night, and hopefully he's going to cut it sometime this week, because the weather's going to be good for, so I think Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Today's Wednesday. So let's hope they cut it this pretty soon. Well, today is September 6th, 2023, and I'm doing a drive-by. Okay, this might be the last chance I get to do a drive-by this year, or at least drive-by before it's cut, because I called the custom baling, and they're going to come and cut it soon. It's not very tall, at least not out there, but at least it's green, and there's something. There's hardly any alfalfa left in this field. But, oh, I gotta get going. Okay, there's a truck, silage wagon. He's behind me. Here he comes. That was a quick turnaround. He left when I got here. Anyway, some places is okay, some places it ain't. It just happens to be. Anyway, I just wanted to take a look at it before it's cut, compared to when after it's cut. There's a lot of that. That's kind of what I was waiting for. Not this tall foxtail up on the headland where the bales were stacked before, but that short, I call it short foxtail, out there where most of the hayfield. Okay, I'm coming to the end. I'm gonna turn in here and drive. I'm gonna drive down the edge. Why not? Looks like they came in here too. What's going on here? Oh well. I came in here to turn around. Oh. Let's just take it slow. Take it slow. At least it's green. Well, I just hope it makes at least 40 bales. Oh, this is a little thicker here. Some places it's thicker than others. Like I said, the alfalfa wasn't much, but this in there, I can see the alfalfa. Yeah, I can see it. I can see the alfalfa. There's alfalfa in here. Why did they have to drive here? There was already a road. Those other people drove here before. I guess that's what thought they could drive here too. Some kind of a caterpillar type machine that came down this road about a month ago. After my brother Robert had his pond dug out. Yeah, there's some good alfalfa in here. Look at that. But I don't know why they're driving in this hayfield. It's not theirs. Oh well, I guess they took the easy way. I don't know. Whatever. I drive in their driveway, so I guess we're even. Yeah, there's something. There's something here. I can see the alfalfa growing. I thought the alfalfa was gone, but they're still trying to survive. But that grass, without that grass though, there wouldn't be much here. This stuff comes up every year, this time of year, in late summer. When I turn around here, because I'm going back down this way too. I'm not going around the whole field. I'll go back down, but I won't record. Wait. I just wanted to see the rest of the field, at least from this side anyway, because the sun's shining on the other side of me. I'm making a little shadow, but not much. And I'm going to turn around here, and then you can see where they drove their big truck. Okay, that's the boundary of that's the beans. Yeah. Oh, look at that deer! Look at that deer! Look at that! I caught a deer on my recording. How about that? That was a stag. He had a big antler. Okay, that was a surprise. Let me turn around so you can see the rest of the field. Okay, where's my yellow pole? Or white pole? Where's my white pole? There it is. Oh, ran into it. yeah, that's where they drove down my field. They backed in there too. Anyway, that's all. That's the end of this drive-by. Okay, the next drive-by it'll be from after they cut it. I'll do a drive-by after they cut it, then after they bale it, or maybe if I'm lucky, after they rake it too. But sometimes I don't catch them when they rake it. Today is September 8th. It's a Friday, 2023, and I'm not sure when they cut this. They either cut it this morning or late last night, because yeah, sometime in late afternoon. That's when I think they cut it. Yesterday, they could have cut it today, but I don't think so, because it's only 10 o'clock, and there was a heavy fog today. Morning, so the grass would have been too wet. I think he cut it last night. Anyway, it's cut, and hopefully the weather holds for the drying and the baling. Looks thicker than I thought. Mostly grass, but there's alfalfa mixed in there. I saw that the other day when I was doing the drive-by. On the west side, at least on the west side of the field. Yeah. Oh, hoping this makes at least 50 bales. Last year, last year I had 3 cuttings. And I forget how many I had on the first cutting. It was over 100. This year was only 92 on the first cutting. And then last year, the second cutting was 40 bales, mostly alfalfa. And then this year, this year I only had that first cutting. Then it's been 3 months since we baled that. That was like the end of May. And it's already September, so June, July, August, yeah, August, over 3 months. And like I said, the last cutting last year was those white bales over there. There was 50, and they decided to wrap it because it was still a little bit too wasn't completely dry. So they didn't want it to rot, so they decided to wrap it. Anyway, hopefully this will dry good, and they can bale it dry without putting that white wrap on it. That costs extra. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do another drive-by, at least on the road, just along the road though. Okay, that's enough for this. I got a good look. Okay, it's still green. The grass is really fresh, so I think it was cut last night. Okay, that's all for today. The next one will be the drive-by, and then when they I can catch it when they rake it, or right after they rake it, and then after they bale it, of course. Hard to tell where the alfalfa is in here, but it is in here somewhere. Maybe I'll walk over here. Maybe I can find some out here. It's hard to see. But anyway, at least there's grass. Cows like that too. Yeah, I don't really see any alfalfa right now. Let me walk out here. No, let me go over here. I know there's some alfalfa in here. I just don't know where it is. Oh, there's one. There's a couple. And there's a little bit right there. Anyway, it looks good. I'm down on the ground. The other one was in the truck. like I said, it's about 10 o'clock. Sun's partially out, it's partially sunny, cloudy. So at least it's cut, and it's going to get baled eventually. Probably it's Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday they'll bale it. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. This is about the center. I think the center of the field is here, right here, more or less in here. This is the center. Okay, let's hope for a good yield. Today is September 8th, 2023, and I believe they cut this hayfield grass, mostly grass and a little of alfalfa. I think they cut it on last night because today it was a fog and it's only 10 o'clock, or actually 10:30. So I don't think they cut it this morning. It would have been too wet. So they cut it last night, or late afternoon. I think I checked it in the morning and they didn't cut it, but I didn't check in the afternoon. Anyway, this is my drive-by from the road. It looks good. It looks thick. Didn't look thick before it was cut, but I guess it was thicker than I thought. Let me slow down a little bit. Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I think we'll get, I'm hoping to get at least 50, because that's what we got last year on the last cutting. This is the second cutting. This is only my second cutting this year. It's been over 3 months between the first cutting and this cutting. But that's the way the weather is. That's the way the hay is in this field. Because it's mostly grass. Actually, the grass that's growing, that was growing in here, wild grass, not the good grass, but the I call it short foxtail. It didn't start growing until like August. Yeah. For like June and July, there was hardly any growth at all. The alfalfa came up, grew back, but it just didn't want to grow. It just didn't want to grow. Anyway, I'm getting close to the end here. Anyway, I guess I'm somewhat satisfied with what the yield might be. Just by looking at it, it looks thick. We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, mostly grass, but the cows will still eat it. The cows like grass. And there's some alfalfa mixed in. That's what I saw on my other drive-by when I drove down this side of the field the other day. Okay. All right. Well, the next one will be. Hopefully, I'll catch it. I'll be able to see it after it's raked. But I may not. I might miss that. I'll have to keep an eye on it, or a closer eye on it. I'm expecting them to bale it maybe on Sunday, but I'll find out. I'll have to come back and check it more often. That's all. Okay. All right, and then I'll for sure record it after it's baled. Okay. Bye. Well, today is September 9, 2023. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon, and I went to the farm to get that little small gate and for that gate project I'm working on in the pasture. And as I came by here, they were tedding. There was a tractor with a tedder behind it, and they were tedding the hay. And by tedding, I mean something on the back of the tractor will spin and scatter the hay. See the hay was scattered. See right there, you can see the remnants of where the like a gap between where the windrows were cut. I guess it didn't hit that real good. But anyway, you can see the haze, the grass and haze all scattered now. And they do that to help it dry. It dries better. So this is a drive-by of the after the field was tedded. T-E-D-D-E-D. T-E-E-D-D-E-D. Tedded. Yeah. Yeah. The equipment on the back of the tractor, what it does is it rotates. It has little things sticking down, and it rotates and scatters the. It's like almost like an egg beater or a rotary broom. Yeah, you could just barely see where the where the cut hay was, where it's scattered now. Well, that should help it dry because it was already drying for Thursday and all day Thursday and all day Friday. Today's Saturday, so now they tedded it in the morning. So now it'll dry. It'll still dry good. Even better today, Saturday, than maybe. Today is September 10, 2023, and it's a sunny day, partly cloudy. I'm filming from a different location. I walked in a little ways to the hayfield to get a good look, a different view, I guess. It's almost the same place. I said I walked in from where I parked my car. I'm on the way back from town. Anyway, yesterday morning, I saw them tedding this hayfield with their tedding. Okay, and then like I said, that's my car. That's where I drive in. And it's a good drying day today. Nice cool breeze, and it looks like it feels like it's dry. I walked out so I could check some of these thicker piles of grass. It's still a little green underneath, but it's drying, I think. But it's drying. Yeah, it's drying. Here's my car. So, one more time. Yeah, I think it's drying. Not sure if they're going to bale it tonight. It's, like I said, it's a little green underneath. But when they rake it, if they were going to rake it this afternoon, the hay will dry some more in the windrow once it's raked. But they might wait till tomorrow, give it all day today to dry, and tomorrow morning, because the rain's not scheduled. If it rains, it's not scheduled to come until Monday night. So I think they still got a chance to bale tomorrow. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I'm going to end it in the middle. They scattered it pretty good. There's still some piles that are thick, like right below me here. Yeah. And right here. See those piles of, you can see the seed heads on those giant foxtail. Yeah, that's a little, especially over there. Over there, that giant foxtail, and there's some over there. You can see the yellowish color. And there was a lot of it over by the road. That's where I used to have bales stacked or stored temporarily along the headland there. And the orchard grass, the giant foxtail grew there. And there's some growing there, and there was some growing over here. I turned it over. It looks still looks a little green. It's green. See, it's still green. I guess you could say it's tough. It don't crackle like it's supposed to. So it's still green underneath, but it's drying. It's drying. Yeah. It was thicker through this area. Back in there, it wasn't as thick, I don't think. But there's the other grasses too. I don't know if this was giant foxtail or that other kind of. I call it short foxtail, but I know it was giant foxtail along the headland. And on this side, over there, and on that side over there, and on that side. But this here, I don't think this is giant foxtail. I think this was just a patch of that short. I call it short foxtail, short grass that has the same looking seed head but smaller. See, it's a smaller seed head. I'm going to take a look at that giant foxtail over there and see how dry that is. Okay, that's all I got today. I'll check again late this afternoon, see if they are doing anything on it. Okay, bye. This is the headland on the. Today is September 10, 2023, and the hay was cut 2 days ago. Yeah, it's been drying Thursday and Friday, and then yesterday they tedded it with their tedding machine, and so it's been drying for. Today's the 4th day of drying. Today will be the 4th day of drying, and this is the headland on the east side. Today is September 10, 2023. This is the headland of the hayfield on the west side of the hayfield, and this grass and alfalfa, mostly grass, was cut 4 days ago. And in other words, it's been drying for 4 days, but yesterday they tedded it with their tedding machine yesterday morning, so it's been scattered for about a day now. It's been scattered like this for about a day. Okay, and then don't know when it's gonna be baled. I'll have to wait and see. I'll check it. This is it's about 11 o'clock in the morning, and it's sunny today, partly cloudy, and it's a good drying day. Not sure if you're going to rake it tonight and bale it or wait till tomorrow. But there's a rain schedule for Monday night, so hopefully if they don't get it today, they should get it tomorrow. And hopefully it's dry enough when they get ready to bale. Because otherwise, if it's not dry enough, they might still bale it to avoid the rain. But they might wrap it in that silage wrap if it's still too green. But I guess we'll just wait and see how dry it gets. Okay, it's been drying for 4 days. This is the 4th day of drying. 4th day of drying so far. Well, today's the day. Today is September 10, 2023. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. I checked it this morning. They didn't have it raked. Well, of course, it was only about 11 o'clock, I think. Anyway, I'm going to do this drive-by. They might be coming soon to bale it, but I think they just got done raking it probably. But nobody was here when I got here. But I think they're going to let it dry in the windrow for a while, because like I said, it's 3:30. It's still early. But anyway, it's all raked now. Looks pretty thick rows, windrows, and looks nice. Well, if I'm lucky, I'll get around 50 bales, just like I did last year on the last cutting. Of course, last year I had 3 cuttings. This year I'm only having 2. First cutting and then this cutting. For some reason it didn't grow very good. Probably a lack of fertilizer or lack of water, or both. Like I said, I think it's thicker on this end here than it is farther down. It's hard to tell though. We'll get what we get. Oh, there's a car coming behind me. They're honking at me. Honk if you want. Okay, I'm almost to the end. I'm going to stop here because it's the end of the field. Okay, that's it. All right, they'll be coming sooner or later to bale it. Well, today is September 10, 2023. It's about 3:30 p.m. and I checked this morning and it wasn't raked yet. And then 3:30 now, so they must have raked it around noon or so because they weren't here when I got here. Oops. Anyway, they're gonna be coming by this afternoon. Later this afternoon. It's a good day for making hay though. Sun's warm, actually hot. It's about 80 degrees for the high today, and it's all raked and ready to bale. I think the hay on this end of the field looks a little thicker. It looks like there's more hay on the end here, but it's hard to tell. Farther away, everything looks smaller. So we'll see. We'll see when they when they bale it. I'm hoping to get around 50 bales because the last cutting last year was 50 bales, and most of them are still there. My brother Robert used some of those, but I never got to use them yet. I didn't want to open up the pack. I didn't want to break the seal, but I owed him a few bales, so for his help hauling bales, so I let him take some of those last year, or was it this spring? Yeah, I think it was this spring he took some. Anyway, they've been there. They've been there a whole year. Yeah, they've been there a whole year already. They're a year old. They were here. We baled them about the same time last year. I think it was September. Anyway, they're going to come later and bale this before the sun gets too low. But I guess they're going to let the hay dry in their windrow for a while. Make it drier. Anyway, I'm going to the cattle now. I'm going to feed them some corn because I'm going to sell some. I gotta sort some on Tuesday and load up some and sell some. So I'm training them in my corral to come in and be relaxed in the corral while they're in there. Because I'll be working by myself. Anyway, what's important right now is that this is getting baled. That's good. And I won't be in no hurry to haul it off. I'll wait till my brother has time. I work around his schedule when he has time to help me, because he's got the big tractors that with a front end loader that can pick up the bales, load them onto a trailer, and then haul the trailer down to my place. I have a little trailer that I can haul with my truck, but I can only carry 6 bales. His new trailer, him and my brother-in-law bought a trailer together, and I think he can put 11 bales on there, plus carry 2 on his tractor, and then somebody else has to drive the other tractor with his big trailer. Last time it was my brother-in-law. I think one time I did it. Okay, it's either, but I can't do both. I can't drive my truck and trailer with 6 bales. Anyway, that's will happen. That'll happen when after all this is baled. It'll be baled today, I think. I'm sure it'll be baled today. The hay feels dry. I checked it. There's probably a little green in here, but it's probably drying right now. Anyway, I'm going to go to the cattle now. I'll be back later as the sun gets lower to see what was baled. Okay, bye. Today is September 10, 2023, and it's almost 6 p.m. And while I was feeding the cattle, they baled the hay. I was gone from 3:30. Yeah, I was gone for about hour and a half. 3:30. No, 2.5 hours. Yeah, 3:30, 5:30. Yeah, 2.5. I was gone for 2.5 hours. I haven't counted the bales yet, but I'm going to take a drive by. I can count them when I'm watching the video. I'm going to drive around the whole field just to get I don't know what we got, or what I got here, but it's better than nothing. It looks pretty good though. Looks like there's quite a few. I'm going to guess 50. Anyway, I'm going to take a drive-by around the field as a memory and evidence that I made something off this field. Okay, let's go take a drive-by. Well, today is September 10, 2023, and the time is 6 p.m. and the hay's been baled. Hay was baled sometime between 5:30 or 3:30 and probably 5:30, because I got here around 5:40 and all the hay was baled. So I'm just going to do a drive-by to take a look. There's somebody in the other field. I think they're mowing. Their branches. I can see I can see a lot of dust. There's a truck parked here, but I see a tractor with. Yeah, they're mowing those ditches. Here's a couple bales. These are nice. I like their bales. They're not too small, but they're not so big that I can't pick them up with my back tractor. You can tell the truck is making a good shadow. Yeah. Sun's low. Yeah, they're mowing the branches down there. I can see them. Yeah. They're on my right side, the opposite side of what I'm showing you. This is a good time to film because the sun is shining on the bales. Oh yeah, that's nice. I'm not going to rack my brain trying to count them. I'm going to count them out when I watch the video. If I have the patience. Anyway, but I'm expecting around 50, because that's what we got last year, about the same time, but it was the third cutting. This year this is only the second cutting, because it didn't grow good in June and July. It just started to grow in August after a couple rains. There's a bale right in front of me, right in my path, but I'm going to go around it so you can get a good look at it. So I can get a good look at it. Yeah, I think I did pretty good. Even though I only got 2 cuttings, the hay's good. I think they'll like this hay. And we had 4 days of drying. Okay, here's that bale. Yeah, it's in the shadow now. Good hay. Good hay. Oh, I'm in no hurry to move these bales. I'm not gonna harvest this again this year, so it can just grow up as much as it wants, and we'll knock it down when we haul them away. But we'll get to them. We'll haul them when my brother has time, and I got plenty of time. But right now I'm trying to sell some cattle. Let me show you something real quick. Oh, you can't see them. Yeah, they're down in that branch down there. Oh, you can see the top of his cab, tractor in that little branch there. You can see the top of his cab moving around. That's not why I'm filming this. Yeah, he's mowing that branch. Looks like he hadn't mowed that other branch for a while, because look how big the trees are. He probably has to go around them. Yeah, you neglect these small trees that start popping up everywhere, and by the time you get around to it, they're trees. Yeah, he makes good bales. It's worth the effort. I mean, when I was before, I think 2015 was the last time I baled my own hay, cut, raked, and baled my own hay with my small equipment and my square baler. Of course, I had my wife there to help me. She was my tractor driver and baler operator. She was pretty good at it. She never went too fast or didn't go too slow. She made good bales, and I was the one on the wagon. And then I was I loaded the wagons, and then I unloaded them. Okay, there's not much in this corner. Let's just take a shortcut. Well, I'm gonna go down to here so you can see. There's them white wrap bales way down there. See? Way down there, there's the white wrap on the right side. Oh, those are from last year. Now we got the sun in our eyes. Well, the sun's in my eyes anyway. I don't know about this camera. No, all you see is the dark side. It's like the dark side of the moon. We were on the west side of the field. We were seeing the sunlit side of the bale. Now we're seeing the dark side. Get it? The dark side. I'm satisfied. Even if there's not 50, I'm still satisfied, because it looks like good hay. And it was baled dry, so that's good. I'm glad I didn't have to have them wrapped in that white plastic again. That's a lot of extra moving, extra work, extra expense. 4 days of drying. That's pretty good. Had good weather. Yeah, I'm glad it worked out. A little bumpy through here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're coming up to white bales now. You won't see them, but because I'm driving and I don't want to turn the camera. Even if I could, even if I wanted to, I couldn't. I can't turn the camera. Not the setup I have. All I can do is attach it to my truck window. Oh, I got a sore. I've been I got into some poison oak here a while back, and my ankles are all itchy. And I can control it during the daytime, the itching, but at night, oh boy, I even wear socks, and I still scratch the heck out of my leg. I use my heel to itch myself I don't even know it. I'm doing it in my sleep. When I wake up, I got a big sore on my ankle. Now it hurts. Okay, that's almost the end. We're almost to the driveway again. We've got one more bale to go around here. It's close to the road. Like I said, I'm gonna leave them out here for a while. There's no hurry to move them. And we got cooler weather the next week, though, starting Tuesday after the rain. after the rain, yeah, okay, that was it. That's the tour. That's the drive around tour. How about that? Anyway, I'm gonna get ready to leave. Okay, that was the drive around tour. All right, and like I said, what I say? Yeah, it's going to be cooler next week. It's only going to be in the low 70s next week. Okay, all right. So I'm glad we got this hay baled while it was still 80 degrees. That's good. All right, bye. Well, today is September 22, 2023. It's about 5 p.m. almost 5 p.m. And this is the hayfield. I'm going to do a drive around because this morning I just noticed. This morning when I was moving bales, I was staging or grouping the bales for loading trailers tomorrow morning. So I got them all staged and ready to load. But this morning when I was doing it, that field is full of corn. But I see there's a truck there and the corn's gone. Looks like they harvested the corn. But anyway, I'm going to do this drive around. I'm going to drive around the field because I just want to. There's the bales. I moved them all from the sides of the field to the middle. And I got 3 groupings of 8 and 2 groupings of 13. Okay, the 8 bales are for my trailer. I'm going to try to haul. Normally I only haul 6 on my 3 on each side on my little trailer, but I'm going to try to haul 8, which means they're going to put 2 on top. My brother. So hopefully I'm going to haul it. I'm going to drive it with I'll pull it with my tractor. So maybe that'll be better than a truck. And my brother's other tractor will be pulling his big trailer, and he can put 11 bales on there. So 11 bales, and then 2 bales that he can carry with his tractor. So that's 13. So 2 loads, two groups of 13, and 3 groups of 8. And the rest of the it's been about 12 days. It's been 12 days since it was baled, and 4 days more since it was cut. But the alfalfa is growing back better than it did in June, or actually July. When was the bale? Yeah, it was cut. The first cutting was cut the end of May, baled in around July something. Anyway, the alfalfa is growing back pretty good compared to after the first cutting. After the first cutting was so dry, it didn't want to grow back. But this looks like this is only 12 days. Well, 12, 13. Well, it's been about 2 weeks since it was cut. More like 16 days. Anyway, that's the. Like I said, every other one there's a group of 8 for my trailer. Then the next group will be a group of 13 for Robert's big trailer and his tractor to carry. And then I know that the fescue is still pretty thick, and there's nothing I can do about that. It just comes back. It always comes back. I hope I don't run out of memory or something on this camera, on this phone. And there's a group of 13. I got 6 on one side and 7 on the other side, and then 2 on the end that I faced him the other way because that's what he does. He loads the last 2 bales on the end of the trailer the different direction. But anyway, everything's growing good. I'm not going to cut this again. I'm just going to let it grow until winter. Here's some nice alfalfa here. Look at that. It came back pretty good. Yeah, all through here the alfalfa's thicker than I thought. I thought there was hardly any alfalfa here. There's less in the middle, but there's lots. There's more. I think that's because this area is wet. The wet areas the alfalfa grew or was able to survive, I guess. Okay, here's another. There's the group on the left was the group of 8, and then here's another group of 13 for the big trailer and his tractor. And the last group is 8, but I'm figuring that since that's the last group, I'll use my trailer and Robert's tractor to carry 2. I'll carry 6, and he can carry 2 because he'll have to unload them at my place. So, but the other, we won't need the big trailer. We'll use the big trailer to make two hauls to my place, and those bales will go up onto the top pasture storage area. Yeah, here's some nice alfalfa through here. And there's hardly any fescue too. Yeah, look at that. There's hardly any fescue up here, at least in that section. Well, anyway, that's what we got. Getting a little bumpy in here. I think there's some kind of animal digging. Like I said, the middle has lots of fescue in it, but there's still alfalfa mixed in with the fescue. Yeah, I've got them all staged. I do this for a few reasons. One, it saves time when we're loading and hauling. Saves time for that. We don't have to be driving all around the thing. And another reason is it's easier for my brother to load the trailer because all the bales are right there. And a third reason would be I use my small John Deere 2020 tractor to drive across the field to pick up, move them bales to the center, and that way the little tractor has less compaction on the hayfield. There's my brother and his 2 tractors were driving around all over the hayfield. It would compact it more because his tractors are bigger. Okay, anyway, there's some more alfalfa in this corner. Yeah, this corn was here this morning. They harvested it today. But it's nice to see the alfalfa growing. At least there's still some alfalfa in here. That's good. Oh, we got the sun in my eye now. Get my visor. There we go. But now I can't see the bales. Fly in here. Yeah, there's a group of 13 bales. It's bumpy on this side. Oh my gosh. Yeah, whenever we haul, my brother helps me haul bales, I like to speed things up by having them all staged, as long as I know what we're hauling with. We're using his big tractor and trailer, and then he'll be loading them with his other big tractor because he's got a front end loader, and he can carry one on the back too. And then my brother-in-law will be driving that one, and I'll be driving my tractor with my small trailer. It normally holds 6, but I'm going to try to carry 8. I want to see. Hopefully it won't overweigh it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, so bumpy. Coming up in them the white wrap bales, silage bales that I had last year. I never did use them. My brother used a few, and I think I owe him some more for the work he's done this year. He said he'd like to have these white wrap, the silage bales, because his cows liked it. I haven't fed none to my cattle yet, but one of these days I will. There's a fly in here pestering me. Get him. I want to get him. Okay, we're getting close to the end. Here's some more alfalfa. This corner looks good too. I'm getting hoarse from talking. Anyway, That's what we got to work with. There's 50 bales here. I took one home. There was 51, but I took one home. Ah, I got them. I got the fly. I don't know where he came from, but I got him. Probably 1,000 more where that came from. Okay, that's the end of the drive around, and there's the bales. Okay, I don't think I'll be doing any videoing tomorrow when we're hauling bales, but I might sneak a few in. I don't think my brother and my brother-in-law like to be recorded while we're working, and sometimes I don't have time either. We're busy driving. I'll try to get a few in. If not here, then up at the where we're unloading. Okay, well, wait till tomorrow, get this done. We'll start about 7 a.m. so I have to get everything ready. I got some more work to do at home to get ready. I got to hook up my trailer to the tractor, check the tires, smooth out some rock on my pasture road that I put down a few days ago. Okay, well, that's the end of this video. Okay, catch you on the next one.